Well, I have to say I'm really, really glad that you ended up coming over here. I've had a couple of these dates now where I've met people online, and I have to say they've all turned out to be such a major disappointment, but I think you're gonna work out quite well, actually. Yeah, you basically check all the boxes that I was looking for. I've been sort of conducting interviews, I guess you could call them, all day today. And you're the first person that has sparked my interest. I'm very recently widowed, actually. How recently? Well, what's today? Today is Monday. Well, he passed away on Friday, so yeah, it's pretty recent. Yeah, well, it was a freak accident, actually. He must have fallen asleep at the wheel, they say, because he was driving down the mountain road at nighttime and he just drove right off the edge. And they say that there was no skid marks at all, so he never even attempted to stop. Just drove right off. So he must have been asleep, I'm assuming. Yeah, no, it was very upsetting, but I know that he would want me to be happy, and he would want me to move on. And you know what they say, there's a time for the grieving to end and the healing to begin, and I think I've reached that point. Saturday and Sunday were very emotional days, but as my grandmother used to say, there's no use crying over spilt milk. And I really think it's time that I get focused on being happy again and looking towards the future. And I would really like for you to be a part of that future. You're exactly the look I was hoping for. You're just the right size. I think you'll fit into all of his clothes rather nicely. And you're funny, and you're good at pool, and you're smart enough, but nobody's perfect, so don't feel badly. But you were mentioning that you didn't like your job very much, so I was just thinking, why don't you just call them and you can quit right now. And you can just work for me full-time. How's that sound? I have this whole 20-acre ranch up here, and it's way too much for me to handle. And I really, really need a helping hand now that my husband's no longer in the picture. And you wouldn't have to do that much. Just, mow the lawn, help with the horses, but there's a lot of perks about living here. For example, let's see. Well, there's so many dirt trails near here, and I have a couple of rhinos that are really fun to go off-roading in. So you could do that, and you would have your own horse, and anything that you ever needed I have no trouble whatsoever purchasing for you because I want you to be really, really, really happy here. I want to make sure that all of your needs are being met. I saw that you were checking out the arcade. These were some of my ex-husband's favorite games, but we can get rid of all of these and replace them with whatever games that you would like. What's your favorite game? Oh, yeah, I like that one too. I'll definitely order that. Get it here as soon as possible. I want to make you very, very happy here. It's a very beautiful property. I'll walk you across it in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit around the game room first. This room is a lot of fun. It's fun to come here after working on the yard or the garden during the day and then coming over here, just blowing off a little steam. I try to make the place as fun and as inviting as I possibly can. And whatever things that you see are missing, I have no problem ordering for you. I want you to be extremely, extremely happy here. There's no point in just continuing for you to work at a job that you're not crazy about. When you have the option of just living here full time and helping me out. And pretty easy to please. I really don't have very many rules at all. And I'm sure you'll find that you really come to enjoy this arrangement. Well, I can understand you being like a little skeptical since, we've only met today. So maybe we could do like a little trial run. How does that sound? You could possibly just stay here for like a week or two and we'll just give it a shot. So you can see if, life up here in these remote mountains is for you. And see how you and I get along. I have a feeling you're going to find that we get along quite well. But let me show you around the place a little bit so you can see where you're going to be possibly living. Do you like football? Well, we have this, which we can play every night. I have to let you know I'm quite good at this, so don't feel badly if you lose the first couple of games. I've had a lot of time to practice, but I'm sure in time you'll improve as well. Practice makes perfect. I've had a lot of time to get good, so I have an unfair advantage. But let me show you some other things. Well, if you look to the back of the room, you can see that there's a drum set and a piano, guitars, I love having parties and just playing music. Do you play any instruments? Oh, well, I guess we'll have to get you some lessons, 'cause you always want to have as many skills in life as you possibly can. Which instrument would you be the most interested in learning? Okay, yeah, I know a girl that is a great instructor. I'm sure she would be happy to come and give you lessons twice a week. I love, love, love hearing someone play the piano. It's a very romantic instrument. And we'll have parties every weekend where some local people from the town come by, and we just kind of have our own little jam session. I'm sure you'll pick it up rather quickly. You seem like a quick learner. Do you speak any other languages? Oh, good. That might come in handy. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about the business later on. I don't want to overwhelm you with details. Good things come to those who wait. But I do have to say, I'm so relieved to finally have someone show up here that seems worthy of being trained for the job. I was really starting to get very, very discouraged. I'm not sure if you know how exhausting it is trying to find a replacement husband, but it's quite tiring. I've worked up quite an appetite doing it, actually. I've been conducting interviews since 10 this morning. Would you like to walk over to the main house with me? The cook should be preparing a really nice stew for dinner. Or I could have her make us some filet mignon if that would be more to your liking. Whatever you want. There's a fully staffed kitchen, and they will make you anything that you want to eat whenever you want it. You could wake up at 3 in the morning and feel like having some homemade cookies and a glass of milk, and they'll bring it to you. Nothing is off the table. I just want you to be extremely, extremely happy here. So, whatever we can do to make you comfortable, don't hesitate to let us know. We're just really, really grateful to have you here. You're gonna be such a wonderful addition to the farm. And I promise I'm going to take such good care of you that you are never going to want to leave, ever. What's your favorite food? It just so happens that the chef is a specialty at making that. Are you a good swimmer? Oh, nice, because I like to take the boat out and go jet skiing or something like that on weekends, and it's nice to know that you're not going to drown. That would be unfortunate, and I'm hoping to keep you around for a while. My last husband and I were married for about 7 years. Have you ever heard of the 7-year itch? Well, people say that after about 7 years, people start to want to experience something new. And while it's very, very tragic that he drove off that cliff, and I'm very broken up about it, I have to admit, just between you and me, I was getting a little sick of him. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. You know when you've been with someone so long, how everything they do starts to just kind of drive you crazy? Just the way he would chew his food made my skin crawl. So, I'm really looking forward to having someone new around here. I was probably going to divorce him anyway, so it all actually sort of worked out for the best, to be honest. Don't tell anyone that, though. I don't want to seem uncaring or cold, but, you know, it had run its course, we'll just say that. There's a few other things I want to show you, though. Do you know how to use a crossbow? Oh, well, I'll explain later, but that'll come in handy. I don't want to completely overwhelm you with details right now. I just want to kind of give you a quick overview of what the place looks like, and I'm just kind of curious as to like what your skill set is. How are you at tying knots? Average? Okay. What about untying them? You're not sure? Alright, well, we can figure all these things out. I don't want to, to get too overwhelmed right now. We're gonna eat soon, but I wanted to show you this fireplace. Isn't this gorgeous? I love sitting here at night. There's nothing more relaxing than like the cackling of a fire, don't you agree? It's very, very relaxing. We'd like to come sit here at night together and cuddle up in a fur blanket and watch movies, preferably horror. I like to be scared. Don't you find that it's so exciting to be scared? I love a rush of adrenaline, don't you? It just makes you feel kind of alive. Life can be pretty mundane. We have to, spice things up. Well, I guess we should move the tour to the outside. I'd like to show you the grounds, show you the fields. I'm going to need you to use the lawnmower to take care of some of the grounds for me. And I have a garden where we grow all of our own vegetables. We're completely self-sustained here. There's really no reason to ever leave the premises. No reason at all. Just look at my poor ex-husband. Look what happened to him when he's decided to take a little drive. It's just so much safer to stay here. The world is such a crazy, dangerous place. We can create our own fun. So why don't we just walk through the grounds now? And then we'll make our way over to the kitchen. And then you can go on Amazon and just start ordering everything that you need. Clothes-wise, or like if you need any toothpaste or toothbrush, deodorant, whatever you need, and just have it shipped here overnight. Doesn't matter what the cost is. And we'll just try to make the best of it for tonight, since you don't really have anything. You can borrow my things, or you can use some of his things, but if that makes you uncomfortable, I understand. Some people, feel a little bit weird about that type of thing. Nothing really bothers me, though. I'm not a sensitive person. But I think that you're going to be an absolute perfect match. So why don't we just decide to do a little trial run? Can you agree to that? Just call in sick for work. Tell them you, I don't know, have COVID or something. And don't worry about a doctor's note. I can get you one of those if you need one. That is no issue whatsoever. And then we'll just kind of play house for 2 weeks and see how it goes. How does that sound? Alright, well, I'm glad that you are game to give it a try. I promise you that it's going to exceed all of your expectations. And that anything you ever want will be provided for you. My only job here is to make you happy. That's my only responsibility. And I take it very,